Good morning, Green Spring. Today is Thursday, November 21. I'm Elke Martin, your host, and as you just saw, we're all very happy the treasure chest is back open again. I'm dressed for the occasion with my best treasure chest scarf, and with me as guests today are the two ladies who organize it all these days. Carla Harding, good morning, Carla.
Good morning.
And Pam Walkup.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're fine.
Great to have you here. We're all excited, and I know you have lots to tell us. The treasure chest is in a new location, but the treasure chest isn't new.
The treasure chest isn't new. In fact, it goes way back to 1999 when it actually was Carla Williams, now Carla Hibbs, Brad's wife, who suggested that there be a treasure chest here at Green Spring. And that was the middle of 1999. And so the first sales were actually held in the town center music room and the town center classroom. And that lasted a short time until they sort of needed a better space. And Madison Green was being built at that time in Neighborhood 1.
Yeah.
And so they established a hallway store, putting a temporary door on, and held sales there.
Really?
Yes, and that was so successful that they requested a more permanent space. And so those sales ran into 2000, and by 2001, the wood shop was outgrowing the space in Park View, and the wood shop was moved to its current location, and the treasure chest moved into the space on the lowest level of Park View. And it stayed there for a very long time. It was run by Evelyn Jackson and Mina Coulter for 9 years,
Yes.
along with many, many volunteers. And in 2014, they retired, and when they did, the store closed down for a few months. It was kind of renovated and came back with Alice Chesno and Mary Lynn Brom, who ran it for 2.5 years, and that's when Pam and I came in. So we actually have a grand opening clip from the current grand opening, but this is actually the third grand opening of various spaces for the treasure chest.
So it's the third grand opening and the 20th anniversary all at the same
Yeah, I guess
time,
we're just
kind of.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's correct. And it's delightful space. We have air conditioning, we have heat, we have ventilation, we have light, we have space.
And it's wonderful. And for those people who always keep asking, where's the furniture? We have
Yes.
furniture, but it's different. It's mixed all throughout the store now. It's not all in one little room crammed together. So people have to look.
I saw that when I was down there looking for a fork, and the pieces of furniture on which hats and scarves and maybe forks, couldn't find one then, but were displayed, those pieces were also for sale. That's your furniture store,
That's
right?
correct.
When you walk in, you think it's part of the setup, but it really is part of what you can take away.
Yes,
right,
and it all has
everything.
tags on it.
And everything is for sale. So we have a really nice video that Terrence did of the grand opening, and perhaps we could run that.
Well, let's go there
kinda
right
shows what's
now.
there.
Let's see how that started in the new location. Can we do that? There it is.
Hi. Hello everyone, I'm Chandra Kumar, Executive Director, and I'm so excited to be here to celebrate the grand opening of our treasure chest here at Greenspring. And I have some of our wonderful people that have been the reason that we've been able to get to this point and have a beautiful place to showcase all of our items and to create the opportunity for our residents and staff to come and shop at this wonderful storefront. It is a storefront. I have here Kimberly Nelson, who is our resident in our, excuse me, why did I just say that? Philanthropy, because I'm so used to
Because
talking
I'm
with-
so used to working with residents.
Yes, residents, yes. And then I have Carla Harding and I have Pam Walkup here, who are the two women that have really been the masterminds and helping to keep the treasure chest committee together through almost close to about a year of working through all of our changes and closing and now getting to reopen. So I'm so excited to be able to celebrate this time. And I thank you for your patience with the committee and all the mules and everybody, and because this really is a function here at the treasure chest is really the part of the fabric of what Greenspring is all about. Because you give back to the Benevolent Care Fund, you give back to the community, and even though we were closed, we gave back close to $14,000 this year.
Just for benevolent care.
Yeah. Benevolent Care.
Plus staff appreciation
4,000.
and
Yeah.
scholars.
And
Yes.
scholars. So
So,
I'm just so excited because we have our storefront and we have just an amazing place for our residents and staff to come and enjoy.
The treasure chest has a long history, and it's thanks to people like Mina Coulter and Evelyn Jackson, who ran this place for 9 years. It goes way back. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. And then Alice Chestnut, Mary Lynn Brom took over after them, and we are the newbies on the block. So it's a fantastic organization. I like to think of it as the perfect circle of giving. It's things from the residents, it's resident volunteers who make it work, set up the store, and it's residents and employees who buy things, and all of the funds go back into the community. And it's like remarkable, it really is. And thank you very much to Kimberly and to Chandra and all the people that work with them to making this incredible space happen. Even breaking through the wall, which I wasn't sure that would ever happen, and it did. So thank you so much. You guys have been so
course.
supportive.
Absolutely.
our vision is part of your vision, because it's one team,
Yeah,
we're
it's-
all in it together.
May we go on for as long as it's been in existence and still be alive, right?
That's our goal.
And Pam is like remarkable with people. We wouldn't be as fun a place to work if it weren't for Pam.
That's the chocolate. But the people, it is the people. We have over 180 volunteers. We're always looking for more. We especially need some in the town centers on Mondays. So
Men.
please join us. It doesn't have to be a man, men or women who can push a cart. That's all we need.
And we thank also our opening crew today, which is standing behind us, because they really are going to get hit very hard today with lots of people, and we just appreciate all their effort and work, because not only are they helping today, but they've helped many hours prior to
gosh,
this in getting set up. And of course, we thank our Peggy Kellers, our board representative for the board, and on behalf of Greenspring, we're just so excited for this. So do you think we're ready to cut the
We're
ribbon?
here.
Okay, well, let's,
Just be
it's very
careful
sharp.
in the middle
I
here.
want, look here.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's get you all get hands on it. Come on,
Either
Miss
top
Peggy.
or below.
Somebody.
No one in the middle.
Okay.
All right, can we get a 3, 2, 1?
And no, the scissors are not for sale.
The store is open!
Oh, what fun. That was a special day for sure.
It was day. That was October
And
22nd.
you know, I live in that part of the world, and I could see how people were lining up long before this moment that we just witnessed on screen.
They were, and that was
cramming up the hall, and oh my God, there was so much excitement.
That was October 22nd, and we're trying to keep the noise down in the hall because we do have some residents who live along the hallway that are being upset a little bit by the noise, which is totally understandable.
Well, they didn't really know. They weren't asked if they wanted the treasure chest outside their door, right?
No, they were not.
So that takes some getting used
But
to.
they're being very sweet about it, but I thought we can kind of start with our process, collections.
Sure. And we must say we start every Monday morning from 9 to 11.
Yes.
And we have people in every lobby. Some of them collect the things, and others are we call mules. Those are the people that push the carts down to the treasure chest.
And then
of
there's
course
one person, sorry to interrupt you, there's one person who writes out a form for you if you need a donation receipt.
That's correct.
So for some people that's important, so I wanted to mention that.
Good, yes, so that is very important. And we are always looking for volunteers. Right now we have a fairly full schedule, but we will always need some. So if people want to call Carla or me and volunteer, we will probably be in touch with them in January because we are booked up through Christmas.
And it's not that far away.
No, it's coming very quickly.
So, and then the mules bring the donations down Monday between 9 and 11, but then there are other people downstairs
We have a
receiving,
team of
right?
people who receive and unpack the carts and send the empty carts back to the town centers so that they can be done. These people go through the things and sort them and price them and hang them up, and in some cases dust them off and do whatever's needed to be done.
And we are just getting used to the space now too, because
Right.
we use all the walls now. We have pegboards, we have slat walls. All of these things can be used in different ways. So for instance, right now we have a huge amount of Christmas. Anybody who needs anything for Christmas, please do come by. But once Christmas is finalized, then we'll start moving things around. And that's one of the really neat things about this space is we do have options here. So we will be moving things around. We'll probably move dishes from one end of the store to another. We'll move clothing. Clothing is set in the sense that we have racks and things like that. And we've also been given wonderful display racks that we can hang pocketbooks on. We can put clothing on. We can, use them in such flexible ways that we really didn't have before. The big challenge is how do you add the furniture into the same space with the general store? And that's one of the things we realize people may not understand exactly that all of that furniture is for sale.
Yeah.
So we're working on it. I mean, we are learning what works and what doesn't.
And every week, as Carla says, we also have to move it around based on which furniture we get.
Of course.
We try to display some of the items on the furniture, but that doesn't mean the furniture isn't for sale. The furniture is still for sale.
And that is really something new to get used to, also for me as a consumer to come and not just think that's a part of the treasure chest onto which you put the things for sale.
Yeah, it's not our display piece, it really
itself is for sale.
That's right.
So you're going to move things around, just like in the supermarket? When I think I'm used to knowing which aisle my items are in, then I have to go elsewhere.
That's right.
Nice trick, Carla.
Yeah, right. For the first few weeks, I was on vacation and Pam handled everything, and we kept collections to one set of items for the first few weeks.
That's right, yeah.
Now we're back to collecting everything, and this Monday, we must have gotten 40 carts.
A minimum.
I mean, we had a mountain of clothing, and literally, we weren't even sure we could make it through, but we always do. Our volunteers are phenomenal.
Yes.
They walk in there on Monday morning, and they know what to do. I mean, it takes so many people to run the treasure chest, and it's really pretty. It's working quite smoothly. The people who haul things over, the people who do the collections, the people who sort through all the clothing. What we can't use, we pass on to the organizations that can use it, such as Echo or Goodwill or Salvation Army. So also, there are certain things we are not allowed to take.
Right.
And those things, like wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, we
Any
can't
medical,
take,
any medical device like blood pressure monitors and things like that that have to be calibrated.
But for those things, every now and
Do you take beds? Sorry, when you said some things.
No, that we are not allowed to take
I didn't think so,
beds
yeah.
or any stuffed furniture because of the allergens that may be
yeah.
involved and may be passed on.
However, Marge Anderson, who works with
Oh,
furniture with us,
Marge
who's
is
remarkable. She is
incredible.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
She takes calls from people who do have things like beds, sofas, also things that we can take. But for the things that we can't take, such as a bed with, you know, a new mattress or an overstuffed chair or a large sofa, she keeps a list of things that people want, and she can do some hookups. And the money that we make that way goes to the treasure chest as well. So she is a really valuable asset to the
Absolutely.
treasure chest.
And Marge has done it for so long, hasn't she?
Far longer than we have, yes.
Yes, I remember when I used to work with
has.
Evelyn and Mina and the treasure chest. Marge was already there, going strong.
And she is golden.
Yeah.
She is golden. And she's so sensitive and understanding of what, you know, what people are up against. When you move out of here, it may be for sad reasons, and she's very sensitive and understanding
Yeah.
of what we can and can't take and how we handle things. And of course, we also, for some people who are moving out, we can do estate sales
Yes.
where the money goes to the treasure chest. So we have a special team that sets up an apartment once a...
Because estate sales happen in the apartment.
That's
That is
correct.
being emptied
And
out,
then
right?
they are allowed to sell anything,
Yes.
including this stuffed furniture. We've in this new store too, we can't take tall furniture. We're only allowed to take things that are about 6 feet tall because of fire regulations.
Yes, okay.
But if people have some of those things in the apartment,
Yeah.
they can be sold out of the apartment.
I see, okay. Well, I think people who have the treasure chest in their lives somehow, they know, most people know these things, and they know what flyers to look for, and they line up by the treasure chest or by the estate sale apartment.
Correct.
That they know it's either check or cash, right?
Yes.
Is that still the same?
Still check or cash, no credit.
And checks only from Green Spring employees or employees of Green Spring or residents.
Okay.
Yeah, and that really, it's difficult if somebody does not have a good check. It's very difficult for us to collect on it. We don't have any means to do that. So we're limiting checks to Green Spring because we can identify and contact them.
Okay.
It happens every now and then. It's not a big problem, and we don't want it to be because obviously we are a 501c3
Right.
charitable organization under Green Spring, so the money goes back into the community.
And we did leave out one set of volunteers. The people that work on Friday are our salespeople,
Oh,
and they work in
they are
2-hour
important.
shifts.
We do not want to leave them out.
No, I don't. And because some people really enjoy that, and obviously if you don't want to volunteer in setting up or collecting items, you might want to be a salesperson, and they come in and they help people find things and carry things to the counter, and we
Wrap
try
them
to get
up.
cards
Yep.
and wrap them up. So they're very important too. As a matter of fact, the real key to the treasure chest are all the volunteers.
I agree with you, Pam. I remember we used to have 150 or so. I think
Still do.
somebody in the Roland said 180. So you need a lot of people for it to end up the smooth and beautiful way that you present and make all the profits that can then be donated, right?
And some people just work a couple of hours, even just a month, but that's okay because it works. We have schedules
Yeah.
for everything, and people are wonderful just to contribute a couple hours a month. Some people work 15 hours a week. Some people work, you know, so it just is.
Well, that's
is wonderful.
also really beautiful that you are so flexible that a lot of people's lives can be fit in somehow.
That's how we try to plan it. Even Carla and I try to coordinate our vacations.
We have to.
Wow,
So-
that is dedication.
So we're working on some sales for this week
Yes.
because
Okay.
we're hitting the end of fall. All of our fall
don't say
items.
that.
I know, but
Yeah.
our fall items are going to be 50% off this Friday, which is
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Also furniture, because we'd like to make it obvious that our furniture is also for sale. Most of our furniture will be 50% off tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you're looking for something, a table, a bureau, we have a little sort of a computer desk, a lot of small side tables. Take a look this Friday
So
because it's a good
everybody has
deal.
to make sure they look at the furniture that is in the store and not think it's part of the store.
Right.
Right.
It is, everything is for sale, basically.
Everything is for
Maybe
sale.
except for your
Almost
sales
everything.
tape.
Yeah.
And maybe our metal shelves that we
Yeah.
have all the stuff on.
Oh, you want to keep those,
The
huh?
things that are attached to the wall. Right. And then Black Friday.
Friday.
You might want to talk about Black Friday.
Well,
Yes, that's not
Coming up
far
soon.
away
No.
We
either.
said,
Like
we
next
said we're
week.
having a mystery sale, but I don't think it's going to be a mystery because we're going to tell you right now. We think on Black Friday, and I call it Green Friday because people are going to save a lot of money.
Ah,
Everything in the store will be 20% off.
okay.
Everything. We don't care what you buy. It's on sale. So we hope people will come and buy a lot.
So no need to go on the internet for Black Friday.
No. No, because our
go
price-
in line at 3 in the morning and freeze your butt off.
Our prices are already way below
Yes,
internet.
that's right.
So then you get an extra 20% off.
And speaking of prices, we have, we've tried to simplify pricing over time. And so we have sort of two scenarios that we use. One is with clothing. So for the most part, if it's short sleeve, it's $1. If it's long sleeve, it's $2. If it's a jacket, it's $3. If it's a coat, it's $5.
Jacket's $4 and a sweater is $3.
Oh, okay.
So we have our signs posted. Then the other, we use color coded because it saves us from having to literally put a tag on every item we have.
Yeah, and
we must
write
exactly,
50 cents
and we must
500
have
times.
thousands. We must have thousands of items.
Least.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So red dots are $1, green dots are 50 cents, blue dots are 25. And so, it probably takes care of 3/4 of the stuff we have or more can be in one of these two categories.
Yeah.
Which saves huge amounts of time trying to set up the store every week because, we're turning over so much stuff every week.
Yeah.
So that kind of works for
Yeah,
us.
it does. It
So
works
how do
well.
you know how to price something?
We think of it, one of the issues we have is, of course, the people who shop are residents and employees, and a lot of things we sell are to employees. It's a wonderful benefit for employees because they can buy things at really low prices. But because there's not a lot of parking here, we really can't be bringing in a lot of people from outside unless you know somebody here and can come in and they've told you about the treasure
I
chest.
see.
So pricing is really challenging because we have to move a lot of things in order to take more. So our pricing tends to be really low.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is done by consensus. We talk about it amongst ourselves. I mean, all
Do you
the
have
people
a group
setting
of
up.
volunteers that are the pricers?
Well, the people that are setting up
Okay.
are sort of the pricers, and if there are questions about prices, we may look it up on the internet and see how much it's going for, and then we charge less than that, but it gives us an idea of
Yeah.
what the market is out there. But then sometimes it's just a matter of, okay, how much do you think? And then we
What would
average
you pay
the price.
for it? We also have some people that have worked in retail before,
Yeah,
worked
okay.
in jewelry before. So we have some people that are pretty specialized who handle our jewelry, who really know pocketbooks, because sometimes we get some really high-end pocketbooks, which I wouldn't recognize, but we have some people
Right.
who do.
Right.
So we know. We do a lot of times if we're having sets of dishes, we get some fine china, we get some fine crystal.
We get
Yeah.
silver.
But we can't sell it for what you might be able to get it in a retail store. There's no way because there aren't that many people who want a set of 15 items, 15 plates
place
plus
settings.
everything that
Who
goes
has
with it.
that
It's fine
space?
china.
Yes.
Right.
But if you do, boy, shop here because we have some Minton china that is gorgeous. For far less than you'd ever buy it. I think if we had to say something, we'd kind of try to hit 1/4 of what you'd find in a retail store is kind of our, if we
Sort of
have
our
to
mark.
say where we are, that's what we do.
Well, it's definitely a good deal. We know
Oh.
that. Always, yeah.
I mean, Pam
sometimes
and I
when
dress-
I look at the cookware, yeah.
That's
Ta-da. For years, I get compliments on this store.
Well,
for 2/4, not too shabby.
not too shabby. Now, our scarves right now, a scarf like that, we would sell for $2 right now in today's world.
bought it at the
So
right
see,
time.
even our prices have gone up.
well, and it's fun. We have some people that come down and they buy something one week, and wear it a couple weeks
Yeah.
and wash it and send it back, and then they can come get a new wardrobe. Well, you can get a new wardrobe for under $10 for the whole week.
But that's what you said in the roll-in, that it's a full circle thing, you know. You
Yes,
buy something
absolutely.
because either you need it or you just like it. That, like the other day when I came for a fork and you didn't have one single fork, and I walked out with a knife. Now, I didn't really need a knife. Why that happened? It was just so beautiful, and it was 50 cents. Oh, well. So, you know, I'll use it for a bit, and then I guess because I had enough knives, I'll donate it back.
Yeah,
Circle,
and
circle.
we're successful because of all the donations made by people who live here. I mean, it is
Yeah.
really generous of people who live here to do that. And it does put a lot of money, you know, in a year when we're opened, we can put about $80,000 back into the
And
community.
that is remarkable.
When you talk about
remarkable.
quarters and dollars, it is remarkable.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all due to donations made by the residents and the volunteers who set it up.
Right.
And the people who
work
do the
of hundreds
sales.
of people.
That's right. And it's
And it goes to
benevolent care, to staff appreciation, and to
Yeah.
the scholarship fund. And we usually
to the
give
fire,
a little bit to the
right?
fire department.
Yes.
We know that the community donates to the fire department, but they're here all the time.
Right,
And that's
right.
a really positive. I mean, it's negative to have them here, but it's positive to contribute money to.
Yeah, it is good because
them.
we need them, that they're so
Yeah.
close
Yes,
by and
that's
friendly
right.
and supportive.
Yeah,
So
it really
it's good
does.
to have a good relationship.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So before you know it, like I told you, we've come to the end of the show.
Oh, no.
Any last words of wisdom?
Well, you know, I want to thank the management here for the support because Kimberly's been wonderful.
Yes.
Chandra knows a lot about retail. She's been wonderful. I swear I never thought they'd break through that wall.
Yes.
Because it was
Underneath the staircase.
Oh my God, and it's a sheer wall as opposed to a support wall. So it was double problem apparently, and they did. And here we are with this lovely space. And we hope to be there far beyond Pam's and my tenure
Yes.
in that space. And we just thank the community for being so supportive, not only donations, but shopping there and being fun to work with, and all of our volunteers.
And it's
And so
really,
right now, it's Friday, 1 to 12?
12 to 4.
12 to 4.
Noon
Friday,
to 4,
12 to 4.
Fridays, noon to 4.
But are you thinking of expanding? You
Yes,
don't
we
know
are.
yet?
When we hit the end of the year, now that we've got our arms around what we're dealing with, we're going to rethink, can we be open on a Saturday morning? Can we be open on a Wednesday, sometime when employees have an easier time? So people who can't get there between noon to
Yes.
4 Friday, we're going to try to hit times for them.
That we're
That
waiting
makes
to
sense.
see.
Yeah, yeah. I remember a lot of staff from Garden Ridge buys a lot of stuff, sends it home, some of it.
We do have
and
people that
they
do
need
send.
to be able to come when they're not working.
And we will work with people. If you have a situation like that, you can call us. We will make a special effort.
Okay. Well, now you've learned everything you need to know about the new treasure chest. Tomorrow, sale day. So make sure you come down tomorrow, 12 to 4, to Connor Terrace, lowest level. You're probably on your way to the fitness center anyway. So, and then next week is Thanksgiving. So after Thanksgiving is Black Friday with everything reduced. And
20% off.
20%. And we'll stay in touch.
Here, here.
Right?
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Elke.
much for
It's
being
lovely.
here.
It's our
great
pleasure,
to talk
our
about
pleasure.
it. And thank you to all the volunteers who work with the treasure chest. And thank you to everybody who shops at the treasure chest.